These data they've been presented last year here. So the data have just been published in Blood, and this is a phase 1 study of a new BTK inhibitor. So Ibrutinib, most people will have heard of that by now, is a very well used BTK inhibitor. It's the first in class, but this 4059 is targeting the same BTK molecule, right? But it's targeting it in a much more selective way. And why that's important is that the toxicity is very much less. Now, the toxicity of the Ibrutinib is not huge. Most patients tolerate it well, but nevertheless there are side effects, including problems with atrial fibrillation, with abnormal heart rate, with bruising, with arthralgia, diarrhea. All those disappear with this new molecule because it's more specific, because it just targets the BTK specifically. So those results have been published in Blood in the last few weeks, which is, that's another good sign. And we're now taking that forwards in another trial where we're using the BTK inhibitor in combination with a PI3 kinase inhibitor. So you see the way the field is moving. For we've got all these new agents which are very specific, but now we're putting them together and trying to find the right combination that will suit most patients and get patients where we want them to be, disease-free or disease-controlled. I prefer disease-free, personally, rather than having it lingering, without toxicities. And that's very, very cool. And that's why I haven't retired. Very good question. Very good question. It's going to be in combination, right? What combination will come into regular clinical practice? I think that's unclear at the moment. I mean, for my own part, I've got very clear ideas of what I'd like to do. Is try and persuade the drug companies to put their heads together, right? See, because we've got these wonderful tools, right? So with the BTK inhibitor, the lymph nodes disappear very quickly. It's quite remarkable, yeah? First time I saw it, I didn't believe it. I really didn't believe it. They disappear within hours, yeah? And that is truly remarkable. At the same time, you get this lymphocytosis, the CLL cells coming into the peripheral blood. And so therefore, it's very logical to me that once you've gotten rid of the lymph nodes, you should use an antibody like obinutuzumab to get rid of the cells in the blood and the bone marrow, and then use venetoclax, GDC109, the BCL2 inhibitor, to get rid of residual disease. So it's combinations. Now, where does 4059 fit into this? We don't really know yet, but I'm hoping it really is a beautiful molecule. And it's been a real privilege to work with it because, we're seeing lives transformed without any toxicity virtually. And, that's a real privilege. So I hope it goes forwards. I'd love it to see it going forwards and, to benefit other patients. It's a phase 1 again at the moment with the combination, right? So we're just trying to find out how best to use this molecule in combination with other targeted therapies. And that's not simple. There are obvious steps that need to be taken, right, in taking this forwards as a drug development program. But, it's an indication of how much is becoming available.